Hello, everyone. Hello, my new iPad recipients. My name is Isaiah. I am the technology manager as well as help desk manager for our wonderful iPad program. So when you call the help desk looking for help, you may hear from me or you may hear from uh, one of our other associates. So you'll probably hear from me quite a bit, but won't see me. So let's hop straight into it. So right now I'm going to show you how to get an Apple ID. All right. So first, what you're going to do is come to your settings. So settings is, let me see if I can find a better version of the icon really quick for you. Settings is this icon that I'm moving around on my screen. This is settings. Okay. And it even says it right below. So we're going to click this, right? Now I'm just going to bring you up to this screen. You don't have to worry about this number one. Don't worry about that right now. Worry about that later, okay? What we're going to click is this sign into your iPad right here. Tap that. And so now it brings up this new menu that says Apple ID, sign in with your Apple ID to use iCloud and other Apple services. So obviously, if you don't already have an iCloud account or Apple ID, but you're going to click at the bottom, right? Well, in the middle of the screen, really. Don't have Apple ID or forgot it. So we're going to click don't have Apple ID. We want to tap create Apple ID. All right, so I'm going to put in my first name, my last name, and let's just say, I don't know, we'll put in a random birthday. Okay, I'm not that young, but all right, whatever. That's closer to my birthday than than I would have expected, but okay. Now, after you click next, which is in the top right corner, which turns blue once you've completed what you need to complete, um, now you come up with a email address, if you will. The email address is still it still will still be it was still in iCloud, excuse me. It was still in whatever at iCloud.com if you are familiar with email addresses, which there will be a video about. Right. So let's say let's name it senior iPad test. Right. Senior iPad test. Let's see if it'll let us skip a step and click next. Let's see what happens. Nope. So we'll have no choice but to put in at iCloud.com. Yep. Create senior iPad test at iCloud.com. This email address will become your new Apple ID. It cannot be changed later. So next you'll just hit create email address. However, if someone already has the name you want to use, it won't allow you to reach this step and you'll have to try again. So you basically you just come up with a new name. So maybe you want to put a number in it. Maybe you want to replace one of the letters, like replace an E with a three, something that's easy to remember and stands out. And I highly recommend that you write this down. Don't try to remember it. Write it down, please. All right, hit create email address. Now we're just gonna come up with a password. I don't know. Let's see. Remember, it's good practice to make if you're going to use a letter in the very beginning to capitalize that first letter. So if you're going to use, let's say, an X, right? Let's say you want to say X-ray as your password. You're going to make the X an X-ray capital, and then the rest of the letters can be whatever, pretty much. So let's do. All right. Let's see what happens. All right. I typed in the password I would like to use. Let's see if it will accept it. Okay, so when you come up with a password that's a bit too simple, you'll get this message on your screen. Weak or reused password. This password is not secure. Try a different password. So let's come up with something a bit more complex. Um, what I like to recommend to people is use your mother's maiden name and what year she was born, or um, you could use her maiden name and what year you were born, or whatever variation you like. You know, you can even put the year first, and then you can use your last name if you like, but it might not accept your last name. But let's try it. Hazahare. Now, I don't know whose phone number that is, but that is not mine. So let's see here. All right. Give me 1 second here. Now, I would highly recommend, I don't know if you saw it on the screen or remember it being on the screen. I would highly recommend, if you do have a cell phone, to select the text message option over a phone call, right? Now, a phone call would not be from a person. The phone call would be from would be from a robot, basically, right? And it's just going to tell you, let's say 34XY79Z, right? That might say is your uh verification code, right? It might not even have letters, it might just be straight up numbers, right? But it's easier to have a text message because, one, you don't have to pick up your phone. Two, it will always be there. You'll just see it. You can click on it, and if you mess it up, you don't have to get on the phone again. You can just look back at your phone and type it in on your iPad. Okay. So let me go ahead, and obviously for when you want to move on to the next menu, just tap next. That's going to be a consistent thing. Might as well get used to it now. All right. I tap next. Now I'm just waiting to get a verification code. Let's see here. My verification code, you can only use it one time. So mine is 2633338. Okay. So once you go through all of that, now you're at the terms and conditions. Now, if you want to, you can feel free to read through all of it, but for the sake of this, we do not have that much time. I'm going to click agree. I'm going to click agree again. Bada bing, bada boom. Have to wait for it to finish doing what it's doing, but now I have my Apple ID. Let's see if it asks us any final questions. Nope, doesn't seem like it. All right, all right, all right. So as you can see here, well, you can't really see where I'm pointing, but right under my name right here, you can see that it says Senior Test iPad at iCloud.com. All right. And I might as well show you uh, how to get into the App Store or how to set up the App Store. So click, what was that, Media and Purchases. Click Continue. All right, let's try it again. You're going to hit View Account after you type Media and Purchases again. Now I'm just going to type in your Apple ID password. All right. Once you have done that, tap Review. Now we're going to hit Continue. All right. Make sure the country is right. Well, to be in this program, you have to be in the United States. So, all right. Agree to terms and conditions. You just tap this little slider right here, I like to call it. And once it turns green, that means it's confirmed or on. Now in the top right corner again, we're going to hit next. All right. Now, most of the time, it doesn't require you to use a credit card or PayPal, what have you. So I just leave mine on none. It's going to ask you for your address and all that good stuff. So let's see if it shows whatever I'm typing on here. Yes, it does. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the recording again, describe what I'm filling out, and that would be that. So let's see. When I pause, it should still keep that up. All right. So I am typing in my address. These allergies are getting to me. Washington, D.C. Let's see. When you're looking for DC under the state tab, it's all the way at the, it's not all the way at the bottom, but you might as well scroll all the way to the bottom. No idea why it's all the way down there. It starts with a D, not an X, Y, or Z, but you know. All right. Put in my zip code and type in my phone number once again. Tap next. All right. And once you tap next, this is what you'll see. And now you'll be able to download whatever you want from the App Store, right? Continue. Okay, and just to give you an idea, if you're concerned about the App Store and you don't want to spend money, well, let me give you like a little pro tip. It's not much of a pro tip, but so let's look over here. You see where this get button is kind of lighting up? I don't know if you can see it on your screen. Might be a bit hard to see, but under there says in-app purchases. So the app TikTok itself is free, but within TikTok, you can buy things, right? Now, what that may be, it may vary. I've never tried to buy anything from TikTok, so I'm not entirely sure. But there are in-app purchases. As where, let's see if any will pop up here. Okay, great. I have no idea what this game is right here, this little octopus thing. But when you have to pay for something before you can, before you can actually download it, it'll have a price right there. See how it says $2.99? That means you have to pay for it before you can even download it, right? So whatever it says get on it, you can pretty much just uh, get it for free. So let's go back to let's say TikTok here, right? Let's tap it again. Now you can also see the ratings, right? And you can also see next to it editor's choice. So when you see a high rating in editor's choice, that normally means it's pretty safe to download. But um, in your training courses, in one of your 6 training courses, uh, your mentor or teacher will go over all of those things. So I don't want this video to get too long. So that's it. I guess I'll hear from you in the next video.